A lot of people have already talked about Spirit Airlines and the K-shaped economy, but I want to point out how this is very eerily paralleling the inside of your workforce when CEOs are telling people that the answer to a lot of the crises going on in the workforce is developing emotional intelligence or EQ. Because so few of these workplaces have actual psychologists going through measuring EQ. They are instead relying on unwritten rules that have a lot of ableism and class culture clashes backing them up. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Anna Kalschmidt. I research the unwritten rules of work for the working class and neurodivergence. I wrote this book, and when the drama with my publisher stops, it'll be back out and give you an idea here. There are unwritten rules at work. There are differences in class culture that are not necessarily emotional intelligence. And some people know this and some people don't. Adds to that K-shaped economy going on in your workplace. No, the K-shaped economy is when after a major disruption like a pandemic or a war in Iran, recovery from this disruption splits where the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And eventually there's no middle, it's just a K. Spirit is the sign of the K getting wider. And that now it is going to be hard for the very everyday American working class person to get a flight at all because the flights are now all going to be expensive now that there's no Spirit to compete with. And they're just going to be astronomically expensive where only the very top get to use them. We're seeing this go on with even places like McDonald's. The McDonald's CEO just said for the second year in a row, he's not getting low-income Americans anymore. Well, yeah, dude, you don't have a dollar menu anymore. Anybody who has to pay for mid-range food is going to go get mid-range food and not whatever is in McDonald's. The same thing is going on within workplaces, but people aren't realizing this yet. Truth is that as AI does more technical skills, albeit not as good as most humans in most cases, soft skills are getting more important, and CEOs are saying this. And I've been saying this for at least 2 years, and also pointing out that soft skills have always been a requirement. They were just expected from some people for free, mostly women, especially women of color. But now that they're a threat to men, we are also seeing things like if you've seen the woman talking about how marketing is now being rebranded for men. Now it's all engineering terms instead of marketing. Made another video on that. You can check that out. These skills are not neutral. They've always been expected. It is a matter on if they have been paid and for who. And emotional intelligence is incredibly important. I'm not knocking that at all. But what I'm saying is that a lot of these workplaces are not rewarding actual emotional intelligence. They're rewarding that you know these unwritten rules. It's not emotional intelligence that working class people are more direct and neurodivergent people are more direct and upper middle class and higher tend to be more indirect. It's not more emotionally intelligent that people who are from higher class backgrounds know that you're not supposed to disagree with the boss, even if they're doing something that's going to be bad for the company or could even potentially be dangerous. That's an unwritten rule. It's not emotional intelligence that some people are seen as assertive, but others are seen as aggressive for doing the same behavior. Pushing back on broken processes is not low emotional intelligence.